Okay, today we're going to head down for some tires. As you can see, besides being worn down, dry rotted, not very safe. And I don't even think they all match. So let's head down and get some sneakers. So far with this, waiting for parts to come in, and I have been working on the undercarriage, cleaning up the frame. Every once in a while, near a joint, I'll find a little bit of surface rust, just normal stuff. So I love the Eastwood Encapsulator. Now it has its limitations. It's not a fix-all, end-all. If you have a frame or subframe that is rotting from the inside out, it's done. I mean, just get what you can out of the car or run from it if you're about to purchase it. If you have something that just has a little bit of external surface rust, very light and bubbling, where you can scrub at it, agitate it, and then clean it up a bit, and hit it with the encapsulator, it will block the oxygen from the chemical process of causing rust and slow it down. There's nothing that's going to stop it completely. You can slightly slow it, but only on external surfaces unless you can reach the internal portions of the tube or the framing. So it does have its limitations. It just slows things down a little bit. It makes things look a little bit cleaner and newer and uniform. And for the right price, I don't have a problem with it. So that's what I've been doing, waiting for some of the parts to come in during my spare time. But for now, let's go get some tires on here. And we have some other small issues to take care of. Now, I am going to capture footage, guys, of other stuff being done going beyond detailing. Mechanical issues. We have a turn signal that needs a little bit of attention. And some other small stuff. We need to change the oil. I'm going to clean up the undercarriage and protect it a little bit, make it look a little bit better. And I am in no way experienced or certified, but I thought you'd get a kick out of me trying to figure this stuff out. Plus, I have some brilliant subscribers and followers and friends down in the comment section that may get a kick out of it and may be able to help as well and help those other enthusiasts in the comment section. And I appreciate that. I'm not a know-it-all. I'm not a master of anything really. I just have some experience here and there. So I appreciate that, and I'm going to record that footage and put it up on the channel. So enjoy. Just about at the tire shop, so let me go in there and take care of that, get some new sneakers on here, and I'll show you what it looks like. Probably change the appearance just a little bit, and maybe we'll see if the ride is a little bit as well. The new tires are on, plenty of grip, and these are the Geolander ATs from Yokohama. They are the 275 60R18 113H. Now we just want to take it down the road. They're not knobby enough that they're going to make a humming sound or anything, so it should sound and feel comfortable. Well, we got one thing done, one thing to check off the list. All right, I do have an appointment for alignment for next week, but the bill for this one, the 4 tires, mounted, balanced, $1,282.28. This thing has hard water deposits, hard water spots everywhere on the paint, especially the glass, and with the sun at the right angle, it's all I can see. So we're going to polish all the glass and coat it as well. As for the ride, feels even a little bit better than before. I mean, there's no shaking or shimming with the steering wheel. It's just cocked to the right a little bit. So I'm going to have that taken care of next week. But yeah, the ride's great. I'm happy to have the new tires on. Let's move on to the next chore. Okay, we are back at the shop. I have some of this elevated. I wanted to get some of the cruddiest work done to this first. So that would be cleaning up the frame. Every once in a while, when you come to a seam or a corner, You'll see a little bit of bubbling. I want to get rid of that and slow it down the best I can. Impossible to stop it, but I want to slow it down. I want to get more miles out of this V8. So I have a section here, I have it lit up where it's easy for you to see. I don't even have to pull the wheel because the suspension drops so far. And I'll do this small section here and show you exactly what I do and then what I put on there to slow down the rust, the oxidation, so to speak. Let's get to it. So I started in this section and I stopped so I can grab the camera and record a little bit of this. So here and there, it's just surface bubbling, pushing away the coating on this frame, whatever the black coating is from factory. And you want to clean all of that away, all the bubbling, and remove as much of the rust as possible. Now, what I'm using here, they mentioned just to scuff it up a little bit and put it right on top of the rust. I, myself, would like to remove as much of the rust as possible and then put this stuff over top. So let me show you the different tools that I have out today to go after the rust where I can get at it. So to start, good friends, I will break out my brushes and get what I can, where I can with these. And since there's only about a 1-inch gap to get in this corner here, this is really all I have to get in there. So I'm going to use this, clean out this section. There's the little wiring harness. I'll lift the wiring harness out of the way, and I'll clean this out the best I can. And basically, I'll just keep scrubbing and scrubbing until I see less of the brown rust and more of the metal. I also have this one here for when I can reach with it. The bristles on this, the wire bristles, are a hell of a lot stiffer than these brass bristles. However, I can't fit this in, so I just have to roll with what I have here. First of all, this is a dirty job, and there's stuff flying around all over the place. PPE, gloves, and these goggles here, which I'm going to take some time to get these on, because stuff is flying all over the place. I already have glasses on, but that's not stopping the bits and pieces of metal and rust to get in from the sides. So let me get these on, and then we'll clean out this corner here and move on to another section. Wipe it down to get some of the dust that wouldn't leave go just by blowing it out. Okay, I now have this area clean up here. The frame rail itself looks good. This plate back in here, I'll check underneath there, and if I need to replace it, I'll just go to a U-pull it. It's just a plate that goes from here to here, and then over across to the middle of the cargo section. It sits right underneath the third row seat. I'm not sure what it is, but it's about 3 or 4 inches down from the floor. It's a plate for something. But I'm working on the frame rails today. Really, nothing that I've seen is worse than this. It's just at different spots, but only from, I'd say, the rear doors back. The front isn't bad. It's always where these tires are splashing up salt and cinders. So the front looks great. From the driver's side and passenger side door and back, I find little areas like this. No big deal. I'm going to now break out the Porter cable. So this is another tool that you could use to grind away and get rid of that rust and get down to bare metal, which is my goal where I can. There's some areas where I can't, and I'm just going to have to put this product on, and I'll show you towards the end of the video what I use. I'm just going to have to put it on with the best scraping and agitation that I could get to it. So I'm going to use this where I can. Tool I have at my disposal. This is a wire wheel kit for drills. They come in different sizes, so it does help get in and around these areas. And you can use this to clean away that rust as well. Takes a little bit longer, but it fits in more spaces. So I left a few examples. This is the way I like to get it, where it's bare, shiny metal. This is where Eastwood says you can get, or where they recommend you putting their product over top of this and that. Back there, I really don't have a choice because I can't reach too much. I could scrape the loose stuff away, but that's about it. So let me grab the product and let's get to it. All right, time to grab our Eastwood Rust Encapsulator Plus in matte black. Encapsulator Plus is supposed to last longer and endure up to 360 degrees. So you just get these sponge-like brushes, dip it into the product, and liberally coat the area nice and thick. Texture it if you want to, like that. Let's go in and get some more. See if we can reach in here on this top shelf of this frame rail. Again, this gets messy, so wear clothes that you don't mind throwing away when you're finished. Wear gloves. Work in a ventilated area. I have one of the garage doors cracked a little bit. Doesn't smell too bad, but I can't smell anything anyway, so the hell does it matter to me? But I don't want to fall asleep and take a dirt nap here on the concrete floor, because I'm not sure what the fumes are with this stuff. I'm not going to take a chance. So what I'm going to do is, I have a spray version as well. I'm going to get everywhere that I can with this tool. And then I'll finish up the frame rail with the spray version to show you what that looks like as well. All right, let's get in there, get the edge of that plate, get it on there nice and thick. Now this is on the exterior rail of the frame. So if it's rotting on the interior, can't get this in there. It's going to continue to rot on the inside of the rail. So we can have all of this covered from front to back, and it's still going to rot from the inside out. But this will slow the process on the outside. And I'm happy just to do that. Get around this bracket here. Just take your time, get it in there all deep like. Lay it on thick. If you're not wearing gloves, or if this stuff drips on your arm when you're underneath the vehicle, have a little paint thinner nearby because it's hard to get it off your skin. Once this stuff gets on anything, it's not going to come off without a fight anyway. So what this product does is it doesn't take the rust away. It seals oxygen from getting to the area, which will start that chemical reaction that causes rust and oxidation. And it just slows that process down by, to a certain point, blocking the oxygen. It will not remove the rust. It will not eat it away. It's not a miracle product. If you know what it is and know how to utilize it, I think you'd be happy with it. So that is the version where you could just take it right out of the can here. And this quart is enough to do the whole frame rail where it does have issues, and you'll have half of it left over, even putting it on very thick and heavy. They do also have a textured spray version of this. And I'll use that on the rest of this frame rail just to show you kind of what it looks like. Goes on looking a little glossy, but it will kick back a little bit and dry to a satin or a matte finish. And again, it has a textured look. All right, guys, so that's the project. I am going to continue on and go all the way up and then to the other side and all the way back, inside and out of just the frame rails. And then as I get time, I'll work on the cross members and other areas. Braces for the side steps, whatever I come upon. This is what it looks like brushed. That's what it looks like textured. The textured is obviously looks a little bit like undercoating, but it's not the crappy rubber undercoating that actually traps in moisture. This stuff here is meant to lock out moisture and oxygen. Once I'm done, I always do the brushed areas first, and then I'm going to go over it with the textured spray version so it looks all uniform, at least to the outside of the frame rail. But I wanted to show you the difference between the two areas here before I did that. All right, I'm going to continue on. That's going to do it for today's video. All right, guys, I'm going to keep going. That is going to be it for today's video. When you do come upon a rust, especially on the frame, anywhere, try to grind it down and get rid of the rust completely, the best you can. And then protect it. It's always going to be the best way to go. And if I ever come across any that actually needs a patch or a repair, I run like hell from those. Something like that doesn't scare me. That has a long way to go to rust through if we just slow it down with this stuff, and that's exactly what the Eastwood is, to help slow things down. It's not a magical product that makes the rust disappear altogether. Don't let anybody tell you that, but I'm happy just to slow it down and get as much use as I can out of that V8 and put another 150,000 miles on if I can. All right, I'll catch you in the next video. You ready to get back to work? Good girl.